Max Verstappen may be the biggest beneficiary of the ground effect era, but that doesn't mean he's happy with today's Formula One cars. The four-time world champion has made it clear that he doesn't enjoy driving this generation of cars. And surprisingly, he is looking forward to the 2025 season for an unexpected reason. It will be the last year before the major regulation changes in 2026. But what if I told you that other drivers share this opinion too, but few openly talk about it? Let's break down this controversy and what it could mean for the future of F1. Since 2022, Verstappen has dominated Formula One with Red Bull, winning championships with an unprecedented level of superiority. However, when asked if he enjoys driving these cars, he was brutally honest. In terms of success, it's been good for me, obviously, but in terms of driving, it hasn't been the most fun, to be honest. I prefer older cars. It's no longer as enjoyable to go over the curbs. This raises an intriguing question. Have modern F1 cars lost their essence? Many fans believe that the ground effect regulations have made racing less exciting, with heavier, stiffer, and less responsive cars, making overtaking more difficult. And if even the most dominant driver of this era says he doesn't enjoy driving, maybe that's a sign that something really needs to change. To better understand Verstappen's criticism, let's compare today's cars with those from 2021 before the regulation changes. 2021. Cars smaller and more agile could aggressively attack curbs, greater aerodynamic freedom, easier to fine-tune for each circuit. 2024 cars, much heavier, around 50 kilograms more. Stiffer suspensions, making racing less dynamic, require ultra-smooth track surfaces for optimal performance, more difficult to overtake on tight circuits, and Verstappen isn't alone in noticing the difference. Hamilton and Alonso have also commented on how stiff the new cars feel, and even the FIA is looking at ways to reduce weight for 2026. So the question is, has F1 really evolved, or has it taken a step backward? With new regulations arriving in 2026, Formula One promises smaller, lighter cars with a better balance between power and aerodynamics. But will Verstappen approve of these changes? We know that he doesn't like rules that over-restrict development. And if the new cars don't suit his driving style, could he even consider leaving F1? Remember, Verstappen has hinted in the past that he could walk away from the sport if the new regulations don't provide a competitive and enjoyable experience. And what if the 2026 changes make the cars even less exciting than they are now? The FIA needs to get this right, or they could risk losing their biggest star sooner than expected. Here's something nobody's mentioning. What if the 2026 changes fail to fix the problem, and F1 cars remain overly restrictive and less dynamic? Formula One might be facing a dilemma. If they allow more freedom, Red Bull could build another dominant car and extend their control over the sport. If they impose too many restrictions, drivers could lose even more enjoyment behind the wheel. Finding the right balance will be the FIA's biggest challenge, and the next few months will be crucial in shaping the future of Formula One. Now we want to hear from you. Do you agree with Verstappen? Have modern F1 cars lost their excitement, or are they still thrilling for fans? Since Lewis Hamilton announced his move to Ferrari, the questions have always been the same. Can he win his 8th title? Will he outperform Leclerc? Can he beat Verstappen? But while fans and analysts debate these questions, Hamilton himself has revealed an unexpected challenge: Italian cuisine. At first glance, this might seem like just a lighthearted comment, but what if this small revelation hints at a much bigger adjustment issue? Could food be just the first sign of a more challenging transition than expected? Let's take a closer look. During a press conference after his first shakedown with Ferrari and Fiorano, Hamilton was asked about the challenges of this new phase in his career. His response caught everyone off guard. "The truth is, I've had some pizzas, but somehow I've lost weight. Last week, I had 3 pizzas. I love Italian food. I've always loved it." And he didn't stop there. "I remember coming here and definitely recall that when I was racing with Nico Rosberg, we would eat gelato every night and have a lot of pizza." Hamilton not only embraced Italian cuisine, but he also revealed that this love for food goes back years. "I had an incredible lasagna made by my first mechanic, Luca Del Fonte. His wife's mother made the most amazing lasagna when I was 13, and I never forgot it." But here comes the problem. Can he maintain control and stick to his diet? "I'll have to watch my diet. This will be tough. I have to be careful. I can't eat pizzas all year, or I won't fit in the car." Jokes aside, this statement highlights something important. Hamilton is undergoing a major lifestyle, cultural, and routine change. And if food is already proving to be a challenge, what does that say about his adaptation to the team, the car, and Ferrari's work environment. Everyone knows that switching teams in F1 is about much more than just driving a different car. Each team has its own philosophy, way of working, and unique approach to building a competitive car. And now the big question arises, will this transition be as smooth as Hamilton and Ferrari expect? F1 history has shown that even the greatest drivers have faced unexpected struggles when changing teams. Michael Schumacher at Ferrari, 1996, arrived as a superstar, but took 5 years to win his first title. Fernando Alonso at McLaren, 2007 and 2015. In his first year, he had extreme tension within the team, clashing with Hamilton. On his return in 2015, he suffered with a car that was far from competitive. Sebastian Vettel at Ferrari, 2015 to 2020, initially seemed like the perfect driver to return Ferrari to glory, but never managed to win a title with the team. Hamilton has the talent and experience, but history has proven that even the best can struggle to adapt to a new team. Now the question is, will food be the least of his problems? Ferrari is more than just a team. It is an institution with a strong hierarchy and a unique way of working. At Mercedes, Hamilton had a team built around him. But at Ferrari, he arrives as the new driver alongside Charles Leclerc, who knows the team inside and out. What if Hamilton struggles more than expected? What if, like Vettel, he finds out that driving for Ferrari isn't as easy as it looks? If he wants to win with the Scuderia, he needs to adapt quickly, and not just to the food. Hamilton has stated that his main goal is to bring Ferrari back to the top, more than just securing his 8th title. But what if he realizes that Ferrari's car is still not on Red Bull's level? Ferrari has a history of promising major improvements, but failing to deliver when it matters most. If Hamilton doesn't start strong, will the team have the patience to prioritize him over Leclerc? Or did Hamilton make a mistake leaving Mercedes before seeing what their 2026 project could offer? Moving to Ferrari was a bold move, but it could be a big risk. If we think about it, pizza is the least of Hamilton's concerns. The real challenge will be adapting to Ferrari's work style before Leclerc gains an internal advantage, adjusting to a completely different car philosophy, keeping his patience if Ferrari doesn't immediately produce a title-winning car. Hamilton has always been a focused and dedicated athlete, but history shows that big changes aren't always easy. And what if the challenges at Ferrari are bigger than he imagined? Do you think Hamilton will quickly adapt to Ferrari and fight for the title in 2025? Or could this transition be more complicated than it seems, leading to a tough first season? Comment below, if you were Hamilton, would you have moved to Ferrari or waited to see Mercedes' future? And if you were in Italy, could you resist the pizzas? Subscribe to Formula One News for all the latest updates on Hamilton, Ferrari, and everything happening in F1.